The final chapter then is the fruits of the two stages. The two stages being generation and completion stages. And so first we have the immediate results, which are two categories, one for generation, one for completion. And then from the immediate results for the generation stage, the text part just below the quote says, the immediate results of the generation stage are the lower cities, such as pacification and increase, as well as the 8 middling cities. A more extensive explanation can be shown from Tantra and commentary. So cities refer to a whole variety of different things, various psychic or paranormal or magical powers, so to speak. And you see a lot more of them in the Hindu tradition than you do in the Buddhist tradition. In fact, the Buddha said, don't worry or don't mess with the ordinary cities. The only one you want to be accomplished with is the ultimate city. So things like clairvoyance, levitation, memories of past lives, all of those kind of things are in those relative cities, or the lower cities, if you will. So then we have the immediate results of the completion stage, and these can be known from the sections on each of the branches. So these were previously listed as we went through each of the different yogas. It gave a list of some of the things that were related to that in the results section of each of those chapters. And then on 586 we have the ultimate results. The ultimate result of the generation and completion stages is the attainment of full and perfect enlightenment. End of story. That is what we're talking about. And then in the second paragraph, middle of the second paragraph there, this means that after the completion of the 21,600 instances of supreme and unchanging bliss comes the initial accomplishment of enlightenment. Then comes the yoga of the great bliss of complete enlightenment, where all instances are without differences of quality, whether one or many, the supreme non-duality of method and wisdom. So there's a summary then on starting on page 587, just below the verses that are quoted there. The flow of the left and right moon and sun winds is weakened. Those are the side channels. The karmic winds are completely halted. The lotus of consort awakens and stiffens the vajra of the yogi, causing the moon drops to melt and to stabilize the bodhicitta, and to stabilize from the tip of the vajra jewel to the crown. The sun specks of red bodhicittas stabilize from the crown down to the vajra jewel. And this refers to the method or unchanging bliss, and wisdom or empty form Mahamudra consort become indivisibly one. Skipping a couple lines, at that time for a yogi there is not the slightest separation between method and wisdom as he moves to the supreme level of ultimate union. Or I might say he and she there. The ultimate union referring to the Mahamudra. And then having arrived at this ultimate level, the yogi possesses minds of supreme and ultimate joy. Skipping a line, the aggregates, elements, and so forth are all freed of obscuration. Wrathful deities such as Yamantaka, Buddhas such as Vajrasattva, goddesses such as Vishvamata, female Vajra Bodhisattvas such as Rasha Vajra, and male Bodhisattvas such as Kshitigarbha, and all manifest in space. So all of these deities are appearing, surrounding us. This desired city of the yogi, the ultimate level of union, is realized on a solar day of the moon, meaning on a particular solar day at midnight or at dawn. Due to the power of this moment of supreme and complete enlightenment, a rain of jewels or rain of flowers falls to earth. And then from the Gnosis chapter, the 2 verses here, the body is of clarity devoid of atoms, like the sky, well completed by the signs and so forth. The 3 worlds are clear, free of obscuration, and like appearances in a dream. Speech is completely unbroken in languages of many, entering the hearts of others. Mind is full of the highest bliss, unmoving at all times, embraced by the innate. And then skipping the first line in the next paragraph, the coarse body composed of atoms has gone. The empty form Kalachakra in mother-father aspect is of total clarity, devoid of obscuration and obstruction, and is therefore like the sky. It has 32 signs and 80 marks of a Buddha. To the mind of the yogi, when the 3 worlds are as clear as crystal, free of obscuration, they are dreamlike appearances untainted by the contamination of the 2 types of obscurations. The speech of the yogi is completely unbroken. Languages that accord with those of countless living beings enters the hearts or minds of countless other living beings. The mind of the yogi is filled with the highest supreme bliss, one-pointedly focused upon emptiness. It never moves from its meditation for an instant, and all times is embraced by the innate clear light mind. Another phrase that still refers to that ultimate nature, if you will. And then on the 4th line, ultimate bliss is established as being the Gnosis Vajra. Top of the next page, 589. The Sambhogakaya enjoyment manifests accorded with the signs and marks, along with the Nirmanakaya basic emanation body, which is the countless emanations. So those bodies, those Buddha bodies, are still a part of this view. And then dropping back down past the 2 quotations there, in the next paragraph, at the time of enlightenment, these forms are seen by the Gnosis eye. Therefore, the forms are the actual Buddha forms adorned with the signs and marks, appearing like the host of stars. And you recall when we built the mandala, we had the body, speech, mind, and gnosis forms as a part of that. So we're transcending through each of those 4 levels. Going on to 590, below the long quote in the middle of the page there. 2nd line. The conquering Buddhas do not move even for an instant from the non-conceptual state of unchanging bliss and emptiness united as one taste, sometimes just referred to as great compassion. The 3 realms appear to them as a dream without obscuration and as clear as images in a prognostic mirror. Skipping a line, they see the complete extent of existent conventional phenomena. And skipping another line, there emerges limitless emanated forms, each of which employs speech that accords with the language of limitless living beings and teaches a dharma that is disposed to the minds of each of these beings. And the Buddhas work solely for the benefit of living beings as long as space lasts. So they're able to speak without speaking, and the people are able to understand in variety of languages and so forth. They do without doing, if you will. There's a very similar kind of connection here with Brahman in the Hindu tradition of doing without doing anything. Everything happens without doing anything. Of course, that idea of Brahman actually came from Buddhism, but it's got that very similar connection, if you will. And then continuing on the next page down at the end of the 3rd line, this teaches that Sambhogakaya as the speech of the Buddha, the mind is one of the unchanging bliss, dwelling indivisibly in emptiness. This teaches the Svabhavakaya nature of body or great bliss body. the innate clear light mind dwelling indivisibly with emptiness. It teaches the Dharmakaya. And then in the next paragraph, the ultimate unchanging bliss merged inseparably with emptiness as signified by the letter Bam, indivisible from form, endowed with supreme characteristics as signified by the letter A, representing the ultimate result. You'll notice when you put those together, we have AWAM. Okay? So the name of our organization. And then the last line in the paragraph, these indivisible method and wisdom phenomena are the phenomena of the final result. Take a short break here.